body on my head, the way, and he hello everyone, once again to another show of mine, and hopefully you're enjoying these shows because I do it for you to enjoy and do it to make a record of these movie explanations that I do, and the movies that I watch and enjoy too much. And I usually enjoy the movies, like all of them. There are a few that I don't enjoy, but anyways, yeah. So, oh boy, I recently watched. Actually, I watched yesterday the movie called The Jacket, and The Jacket. It was so beautiful, really. After the Chariot, it was another blow to me, and I recently talked about the Chariot, kind of my explanation, like the ending explanation and the movie and stuff. And it was a long video. You can also watch it in my YouTube channel. It was a bit long, but I will try to keep this one short. And before I start, once again, I want to say that there will be spoilers ahead. So if you didn't watch the movie, I suggest you watch the movie and come back to me after that, because you might have struggled with understanding how the movie worked exactly, although it wasn't so difficult to understand, but still we are here to solve it. So I will just jump in right into the subject without explaining the movie. I will explain the stuff on the way. So in the first part, Jack Starks is in the Gulf War, and there is this boy Baba shots Jack, and Jack suddenly falls down, and before they announce him dead, he moves a bit, he moves his face, eyes a bit, so he's almost dying, but he's about to die, but he wasn't. So I guess they are proceeding some treatment to him, like they are beginning to use some treatment on him, and some medicine, maybe something, and then the movie cuts to another scene away from the war. He is on the way, and he so yeah, in the next scene, he sees a girl and a woman who we later on learn that Jackie and Jean Price. So he encounters them, and Jean, the mother, and Jackie, the little girl. Jean is a bit high. Their car is broken, so he fixes the car. The first part, he later on states in the movie that he died in 1991 or something, when he was 27 years old or something. So when they treated him the medicine, when he was shot in the Gulf War, he was actually dying, and with that medicine, it was his last moment actually. With the medicine, he went far to that place, and the snowy place where he helped the mother and the girl. He was actually dead in the Gulf War back then. So he died once, but he died after they used the treatment on him, which took him to that place. So his former body, if we can say it that way, his old body, his former body has died, but he is now living in that place, and that's why he's so confused and stuff, and he's a bit confused. And when the crime takes place, after he gets into the car of the stranger, that stranger later on in the movie, that stranger kills the cop, and blame is on him now, blame is on Jack, but and that's why he doesn't remember, because it's a whole new life, if we can call it that way. And when he is in the hospital, the mental hospital, and they are treating him with that with binding him with the collars and stuff. That treatment takes him to the to so I guess if my mathematics is correct, usually it's not correct, but that treatment, that process when he is taking that drugs in that cabinet, that thing is taking him forward to 15 years old, to 2007, and he is not making it in his head because he is kinda actually time traveling to there, and that things are really taking place because later on, like we saw in the movie, that he learns things when he is asking about how he died, and he knows about this later on because he was on the road, and Jackie became a lady in 2007, and so he helps this Jack, and Jack is also already confused, and this whole thing takes place when he is in that treatment cabinet, in the chamber thing in the hospital, but at the same time he is in 2007, in the future, and he learns about Jackie, that Jackie is the little girl that he helps, by seeing the pictures and Jackie's home, and Jackie startles and tosses him outside and stuff. After that he awakes from the treatment, and when he was outside I thought that he was going to run off, but because the Dr. Beth, the female doctor, stopped, she confronted Jack on the road, that snowy road, I thought Jack was going to run off, but we just talked with her, and from there he keeps taking the medicine procedure. From there he just keeps on this drug treatment, the medicine takes on. He often talks with his friend Mackenzie, with other patient, who is starred by Daniel Craig from 007, James Bond, if you know him. Daniel Craig, the new James Bond. And not all of the patients are going into that cabinet, only some of them. Jack, the main guy, enters that cabinet to the treatment. He is jumping forward to 2007 again and again, and he learns about his future, but the deal here is that he learns about his future, but that future has never happened. He is in the past and learns it in the future. So this is a paradox, causing a paradox, like a grandfather paradox, if you know what is it. It's basically if you go back into time and killed your own grandfather, like you wouldn't be born or something. So scientists struggle to figure it out because nobody knows what would happen. Because if you kill your own grandfather, you wouldn't be born and stuff. So this is just like that. The parts that made the body on my head understand was, for example, when Jack saw Dr. Becker, when Jack saw Dr. Becker, the main doctor, got hurt on his cheek by Jack. When Jack saw him in 2007, the doctor didn't know him first, and he was shocked to see him. How could he be there, because he was dead in 1993 Yeah, he was asking how he died, and doctor said he died. Doctor didn't know and stuff. Every doctor said that to Jack. They didn't know how Jack died and stuff. Jack introduced himself like Jack's aunt. No, Jack's uncle. Sorry for my English. Jack's uncle to everybody except Dr. Becker, the male doctor. Yeah, but he asked what happened in the last jump, in the last time when he was in the locker, he was in the cabinet taking the treatment. Doctor pulled Jack outside and Jack told the names of the patients. And Jack normally didn't know the patients, these old patients, before Jack, who took this treatment. Jack didn't know about them, and Jack told, according to doctor, Jack told these patients' name to Dr. Becker, but this never happened before. And Dr. Becker asks how could he know about these names, who said, and he says, you said it, and you're making ghosts for you, old man, and he laughs. And then he feels bad because he's at the same time in 1992 taking the treatment, and that treatment is heavy on him, and he's beginning to crumble. And Jack goes to the car, and Jack sits on back row, and he is suddenly gone at the next minute. And he's like out of blue goes there, like teleporting to his own self. And he comes back, and doctor pulls, and Jack tells the name of the patients, so that part was really interesting, like all other parts, but this part was also interesting because he learns about what will happen in the future, what happened in the near future in the 2007. He learns about 1993, or what will happen like 5 minutes later in 2007. And this is a paradox, like it has no beginning. It's kind of like the beginning and the end like contradicts each other, collapsing on each other. So there is no beginning to this thing, and it is a paradox. So this is why it was an amazing movie, like all the other time travel movies and stuff. But one other thing was he falls in love with Jackie, and Jackie falls in love with Jack, and so that's why it was so beautiful, because love in time travel movies is so much better, because it's not just time travel, it's also parallel universe. And Jackie, the girl, took Jack to her home. So Jack learns about that, how Jackie's mother Jean died, and so she died while smoking. She kind of passed out. She burned to death and stuff. So Jackie tells this to Jack, and Jack knows about this future which didn't come. Jackie learns about this in 1992, and this treatment is heavy on him, and Jack is dying, and before he dies he jumps to 2007 again, but before that writes a note, and he explains all of this to the mother, and about that pedal name, the nickname that mother calls Jackie, about like the name pedal nickname, but it didn't happen before, I guess, before Jack told in the letter, but the beginning and the end is contradicting itself, collapsing itself on each other. So after finishing the letters and learning the mother learning that she dies while smoking, she puts the cigarette away, and after that apparently she quit smoking, which we learn in the ending. I'll come to that in a second. And she caresses her daughter, and Jack took a blow to the head, falls down, and he's bleeding, but he wants from the female doctor, Beth Lorenzen. Jack asks Beth Lorenzen to go back to that locker room once again, like this is the only way, and he's going there, and he's actually dying in 1993. But before dying, he goes to that treatment again, and he dies in 1993. Now he is in 2007 again, but this is another world, because if you see in the last part, Jackie is going into the car, but this is a different car than normally what Jackie had. I don't know if this is kind of an advertisement tactic for this movie, so beyond imagination, but I don't know. Her car is different, maybe better, I don't know. But Jackie doesn't know Jack in this timeline, but Jackie takes Jack to car, like some stranger could use a ride, and takes Jack in the car. Jack knows about Jackie, but Jackie doesn't know about Jack. And Jackie's mom is calling now, and she's alive still, because she quit smoking, and this is a good message to those who smoke, so quit smoking to help. Jackie and Jack are in the car, and they are all well, and now Jack is, if you call it, stuck in that new timeline, and the 1993 Jack has died, and 1991 Jack, who was in the Gulf War, is already dead. The treatment taking Jack is dead, but the Jack in the 2007, with this new parallel universe, with Jackie's mom is alive, is that Jack Starks is alive now, and so this was a good ending, and such a brilliant way to end the movie. So I was happy that it kind of ended well. Yeah, it's not in Jack's head, it's actually happening, and the boy who couldn't move, I can't remember the word now, but who couldn't move is also another person. That boy in 2007 is a different boy, because the original boy shot Jack in the Gulf War. And so the movie is about parallel universes. Again, it's about love, like in Chariot, where the movie where the love exceeded life. So it was a brilliant and amazing movie, and that guy was also Adrian Brody or something his name was. He was also playing in Pianist, right? I don't remember Pianist too well now, but he is an amazing actor, and the actress woman was, and everyone else was playing really nice, and I'm happy to be commenting about this movie. And if you didn't understand, that's the whole thing about the movie, and if you have questions, you feel free to comment them below, and I'm making more of these videos and in different styles, and I hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time. Bye. Alright, one movie is down.